First Class Podcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of First Class Podcast. I'm your host, E. Carter, and my co-host with me, Siege on the String.
It's good.
And this is Fan Appreciation Week. I don't know if you've seen a couple of posts I made earlier this week, and I think I dropped a little bit last week. This is our guest this week, my man Aaron. Say what's up.
What's up, y'all?
Now, I know we got a lot of different fans and listeners, and I know a lot of people hit me up like, hey, let me get in on the show. But this has been, this is one of our major fans that's been a part of the show since, I want to say probably not day one, because I didn't know him when we first started. But since I told him that I do a podcast and stuff like that, he's been a solid listener. And, you know, checking in and supporting and stuff like that. So I had to pull him in. And I don't want nobody to get frustrated. You know, I'm going to try to start pulling more folks in, and especially listeners, and have y'all come in as guests too. But even with that, I am going to say this, because a lot of people be getting it misunderstood about podcasts. So I get people like, hey, you do a podcast? Let me get on your show. I got some shit I got to say. Like, but that's not the way this works, dog. Like, well, what do you want to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, man, look, bro, I want to talk about this. Like, that's not the. I script the show, and then I let you know what we talking about, right? And they're like, no, I just want to go in there and talk.
They got some stuff to get off their chest,
right? Like, and I'm like, that's cool, you know, that's fine, but I'm like, that's not really right. That's not really the way things work. So, you know, sometimes people just need a little education on what's going on. But how everything going, though, Siege, your way?
Man, everything going good, bro. Bro, we happy to have you on, Aaron, bro. Hopefully, and like E was saying to everybody else, too, it's going to be more opportunities for situations like this, especially since we got, you know, something big planned. We got more show opportunities where I've been scripting out and planning different types of shows and different types of meetup things that's going to be happening soon, hopefully within the next year or so. So y'all just keep your eyes on that. You never know. You might come on here and we might like you so much, you might be thrown into a show or have a show opportunity of your own in the future. So stay tuned for these and just, you know, stay locked in on the comments. You know, something that y'all want us to do, something y'all want us to say, let us know, man. We listen.
Not for sure. Like, I have no problem pulling people in for a whole major show. Like, hey, listen.
Hey, real quick, though, take that Sprite down. They ain't paid us, bro.
All right. I say just take the label off. I didn't think about that. Hey, Siege be on it. Like, hey, bro, we ain't getting paid. We ain't getting paid for no promotion, bro.
Yeah, drop that off.
Hey, but nah, that's definitely a fact. If you got any comments, concerns, or anything during the show, don't hesitate to drop them. I'm trying to set this up so I can see the comments.
I got them pulled up too, bro.
You got them pulled up too? All right, cool. That'll work until I can get this going. But we always start off with some type of quote or words of encouragement. This one kind of just popped up to me. It said, let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality. I'm going to say that again. Let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality. I don't know why that stood out, I really don't even know how to break that down. It just sounded kind of deep to me. so I went with it. I'm like, okay.
It's a
And I,
manifestation quote, brother.
you said what?
It's a manifestation quote.
For sure. But I'm just saying, like, usually I got some breakdown on why I chose the quote that I chose. I really didn't have a breakdown for that one. It was just the fact that I liked it.
Straightforward. That's why you probably,
You said what?
I said it's straightforward, pretty much telling people, "Hey, man, get your dreams together and let's shoot for them." Basically.
Yeah, because we all got different goals and different achievements that we're trying to meet, man. Like, we all got dreams. So, and a lot of people just, you kind of leave them there like, oh, I wish I had the chance to do this. Well, you probably got a lot more chances and opportunities than you give yourself credit for. So just go ahead and, get the grind out and get to it. And then next thing you know, you wake up and it's already done. That was tomorrow. That was yesterday's dream. You know what I'm saying? So, stay positive, stay on the grind, and let's make our dreams our realities, man. All right, cool. I think I got it pulled up now.
Cool.
Big. All right. So, with that being said, man, you got anything else before we get into the show?
Nah, let's go. I'm ready.
All right, cool. So, I'm gonna kind of switch up the order a little bit. So, but like I said, it's being fan appreciation. We got my man Aaron on. So we're just gonna ask you a couple of questions. You know what I mean? Since you are, like I said, you've been listening for a while with the show. First, I might just ask, what do you like about our show? Do we do anything different, unique? Like, I'm pretty sure you listen to other podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah. So what is it about First Class Podcast that you like that we do?
Well, and you're right, I do listen to a lot of other podcasts. The main thing is the genuine representation. Like, there ain't no like dudes with big chains.
Yeah, I'll be patient with us. I think they dropped out for a hot second.
I get a random call out of nowhere. Like,
all right, you back in, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
But now, like, what I was saying was, like, it's just the genuine representation. Like, we regular dudes. We ain't walking around with big chains on, big earrings, talking about stuff that don't apply to everybody else. And that's the main draw for me, I would say. I could come in. It's like basically like I'm sitting here in a room with y'all, and we just kicking the shit, just talking about stuff that affects us, not talking about, oh, such bought a $500,000 chain, or talk about stuff that just ain't even in our orbit.
Right.
That's one of the main reasons why I, watch religiously, as they say. Another thing is just, y'all honest with each other. Ain't no fake relationships. I done seen y'all get heated conversations, like y'all going back, but you can tell like it ain't like y'all getting mad at each other. Y'all just, the intensity and you can tell like, okay, I care about this subject, but he bumping heads with me, but we gonna battle it out till we get, till we come to a conclusion. Like I said, it's just the rawness, the realness, and just like I said, it just ain't no fakery going on with it. It's just, a couple dudes hanging out talking about stuff that affects everyday regular cats like, me, you, and everybody else out there.
Yeah. I mean, and that's, to be honest, that's the vibe that I wanted when I sparked the idea of the show. Because what some people know and a lot of people don't is that all of this originated to be a magazine. So it wasn't going to be First Class Podcast. It was really First Class Magazine. So me and Bro was talking, me and Siege was talking. I had everything to work a magazine out, and he was one of the major people that was like, yo, you should just do a podcast, bro. I'm like, yeah, but this magazine, like, I'm thinking this magazine gonna go. He like, yeah, but you can transfer all the different content and stuff that you want to put in the magazine, and now we can just talk about it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. And then the magazine really didn't plan out the way I would like it. So then I had to, backtrack and come up with a plan B. And I'm like, I still got this idea. I still want to push out this information. I still want to push out this vibe and this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
stuff like that. So then that's originally how the podcast thought came to be. So, and then like I said, like Siege, he had already started the podcast. Like he been doing this longer than I have, and he actually helped get me started.
Right.
So with that, I took it from there. Hollered at that guy James, who was not here today. He had an event that he had to do. I wish that he would have told me what the event was called and where it was at, so that way we could have shouted it out and kind of maybe try to send some people his way. But supposedly he got some event he helping somebody else with, and that's what we do, man. We like to help people out and stuff like that. So shout out to him, man. We'll see him on the next show. We might have some bonus content coming up this week, or not. But anyway,
no, let's grill him while he gone. No, I'm just playing.
I have no hesitations, but you know how we do, bro. We like to grill people while they here, bro, so they got a chance to defend themselves.
That's facts. I'm just talking.
I know. Just like I'll be grilling you sometimes when you ain't here, but then as soon as I call you, I'm like, oh yeah, bro. The other day, you know what I'm saying? I called you this, but you wasn't here, so I'm gonna tell you now so you can defend yourself.
I like people to be front and center, bro.
Facts. But yeah, man. And real quick before we continue with the show, it's a couple of things I do got to say real quick. One, can you please? Could everybody keep my family in y'all prayers? And that's my Carter family. I ended up losing one of my cousins. I think it was last Sunday. She passed away, so we are dealing with a death in my family. So please keep us in our prayers, in your prayers. I mean, and then on the brighter side, I got a birthday coming up, so I take EBT. I take cigars, cash, you know what I'm saying, clothing, food, you know what I'm saying. I take pretty much everything. Don't forget about your boy. I will drop my cash app. I don't care what people say. People be hating like, bro, why y'all gotta drop your cash app? If you broke, just say that. So I'm saying that. I'm broke. So I'ma just tell you, you know what I'm saying? Send a little bit. We'll be dropping my cash app next week. So y'all got a week to run up y'all bag. And then don't forget to look out for your boy next weekend. You know what I mean? But I do want to put those couple things out there. So, yeah. So you said what you like about the show. Is there anything that like you don't like or would like to see us do, either change or do differently, or maybe something that you would like to see us add to the show?
I mean, I wish it could be done more frequently, but we got lives to live and everything. Other than because ever since you told me about it, I'm like, bro, I need to be on there. I want to because I'll be ready to just pull up and just come down the stairs like, hey, just stick my head in the camera. Like I'll be having me ramped up. But really, I mean, it's cool the way it is operated, it's produced and everything. I don't have no problems with that. I just wish more people knew about it, for real. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's my only thing. Like, I just wish more people knew about it. Like, because it's kind of like that conversation that you have with your people. Like, you standing on the porch and y'all just having that conversation. Y'all talk about something, y'all lose track of time, or you at work and you on break or whatever, and y'all just chopping it up. You get that same feeling. Like I said, I just wish more cats knew about it, so that way they could be like, oh, it's other cats that on the same page that I'm on. Because I be turning people on to it, but I don't know too much about marketing or nothing like that. But I just wish more people was aware of it. Other than that, it's cool.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. As far as
hey, real quick, we got a comment and say Facebook user. If y'all put a comment up, make sure y'all put your names on them or allow us to view y'all names, please.
It just say afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, though, to whoever that is. I'm locating that comment
now. No, I appreciate it, man. Good afternoon to you too. Welcome to the show. But the thing is, as far as like marketing, man, we try to get that out there, trying to get better at marketing, to put it like that, because I didn't go to school for it.
Right.
It's not nothing that I got patented or anything like that. So, but that is one of the things that we talk about in our meetings. Now, the one thing you did say about more frequent. See, the thing is, like I said, a lot of people, some people know, some people don't know. Like, this is what, our my fourth year doing podcasting in general. And I want to say for Siege, about, fifth or sixth year? Because you was already doing it before I got started.
Shoot. I don't even know, man, because, I've been doing a little bit of radio since high school. Then after that,
Right.
the actual podcasting, probably like a year or so, maybe before, a year or two before.
Okay. So, yeah, it's about 5 or 6 years as far as podcasting go. So, when I first started, we was doing this every single week. Like, every weekend, every Saturday, we was going on.
Right.
And it was cool. Like, I did the whole first year like that. And it was cool, but then, like I said, one, I was new. Two, I was running into a lot of different problems on, like, trying to keep hot topics, like, every week.
Right.
And then I was running into a lot of people that was trying to keep up with the show. And they like, man, I can't keep up with the show. By the time I catch your last episode, you already coming out with another episode. So, and I seen a lot of people start losing interest,
right,
because it was coming out too frequently, which to me didn't make sense. Like, how are you losing interest when it's more content?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so I pushed it back to where we do it every 2 weeks, how we do it now. So that way we got the whole idea was to we do a show and then have a week to push that particular show.
Right.
And then I also got basically 2 whole weeks to come up with some more topics, right, for the next show. So that way everything can stay fresh and stuff like that. So, but as far as being more consistent, as far as more frequent rather, is the fact that we're going to try to start dropping a little bit more content in between shows.
Okay.
So I've also been thinking about doing like something, because I understand that everybody got 9 to 5s. So I know we can't sit down like this, right, 2-3 times every week.
Right.
So I am going to start, I'm thinking about doing like a solo type of show to where it's not even really a show, just kind of touching on different trends. Like if something happened on a Tuesday,
right,
I can address it on a Wednesday,
right,
instead of waiting, especially if it's in an off week. So like next week, we're not doing the show next weekend. If something happened next Wednesday, we got to wait a whole nother week before we touch on it, which sometimes that's cool because I get a chance to see everybody's view on it. And then we can touch on it and then we can give our views on it. So, but that is something that we got in the works, man. And like I said, it's nothing bad, no hard feelings. If you got anything negative, like, hey, look, man, I think this shit suck. Y'all need to switch that vibe. Then cool, because like I said, it's all a learning process, man. And I'm glad that you trying to push your show, man. Just continue to like share it and let people know, because that's, like I said, that's the vibe that we get. And a lot from what people don't know is that me and Aaron used to work together. So that's how I kind of introduced him to the show. Like on one of them days, hey, what you got going on this weekend? I'm like, oh man, I got a show to do on Saturday. Like, a show? What you doing? You spit? Like, what's up? Like, I'm like, oh nah, man, I do a podcast. Like, as soon as I told him I do a podcast, he like, man, what y'all talking about? Like, y'all talking about some bullshit? Like, I'm like, nah, bro, we talking about a little bit of everything. Like the way me and you talking right now. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna send you the link. You know what I'm saying? And the rest is history, I guess.
Hooked.
You know what I mean? But that's the vibe that we look for. That's the vibe that I look for. Is the fact that I wanted to take those everyday conversations that we have and bring them into the show. Them conversations where we just kicking it in the basement, got music playing, and just having stuff like that, or outside at the barbecue, just talking, or like you said, at work on break, just talking and chopping it up with somebody. I wanted to take those conversations and bring it into the show.
I can dig it.
What's up, Steve? You got anything to touch on?
Nah, the person who said afternoon, her name is Michelle Marie. So shout out to you. Thank you for listening. And then S. Foster came in and said, marketing is hard, my guys. Yes, it is, especially when you got a job. My brother, you already know. Speaking of him, he got some great podcasts too. The Viewers Anonymous podcast. That one, they always talk about movies and stuff. Check them out, man. Especially if you're a guy like me who likes spoilers before you go see something.
Yep.
Want to see how it transpired? Check them out.
Yeah, definitely. And then I can, before we get out of here, I'll definitely start. I can shoot you their link, or you can see it on the page. But I try to share their stuff too. It's my man S. Foster and my dude Scoots Bronson. They got us some shows. If Esda, you still on here? Yeah. So I'm gonna just say it now, even though I probably could put it in the chat. We might be bringing back this football show, which is the 4-3 podcast. So like we all try to tell people, we've been doing this podcasting thing for a while. It's a lot of multiple shows. So it's like we got First Class Podcast, then you got Siege with the Link podcast, then you got me and Siege also on the C podcast, which is sports entertainment and extra shit. That's
about to come back. I'm just trying not to conflict with the 4-3 schedule if we're doing that, because
right.
And then how that go.
And then it's a panel between me, Siege, my man S. Dot, and my man Scoots Bronson, and then my man JD that pop on every now and again. And that's the 4-3 podcast, which is just all between college and NFL.
S. Dot just dropped 28 minutes or less in there. Yeah, I ain't forget about that. I just
I was just about to get to that one. And he also got 20 show that he do S. Foster, that 28 minutes or less. So
that I think did you get to go on 28 minutes or less before me, or you went on Viewers? Yeah, I went on there.
I was definitely on 28 minutes or less. It was definitely a good one. So that's what I'm saying. Like we've been doing this podcast thing for a while, and it's a nice little community. And all the names that I just mentioned got that same type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, these are the conversations that we have anyway.
Right.
Let's take these conversations that we have anyway and bring them, you know what I'm saying, and put them on a platform. But the marketing strategy, that's definitely hard, man. That's something that I think all of us are all trying to piece together and figure out like a certified, like get it something patented. Like, okay, man, how can I take these 2 to 3 viewers, and then next thing you know, we got a you know what I'm saying, like 50, 100, 200. You know what I'm saying, get up there to the thousands or whatever. But it's definitely a working process in progress, and I appreciate you listening to the show, man. Always contributing, dropping comments and concerns and stuff like that. So please keep that vibe going. Like I said, share it and stuff like that as much as you can. Try to send everybody to the YouTube link as much as you can, because that's what we're trying to bring the energy to. Right. So continuing on with the show, man, we had to get them questions out. So I know over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have been talking about Keke Palmer and her going to an Usher concert and all of that. One, it's Usher, for one. I'm going to just say that. 2, I liked what she had on.
With the face, though.
I'm totally unaware of what it was.
One, she had the yams out. I ain't even gonna lie. She definitely had the yams out. But she wore some little tight, skimpy thing, man. Did you know about the situation in general, or you just didn't know what she was doing?
I'm totally out the loop on that one.
Okay, so basically, man, with Keke Palmer, she went to an Usher concert, right? And I guess it was a concert or it was something, and she was on stage and singing and all of that type stuff. And her baby daddy, boyfriend, whatever, took it to Twitter talking about he didn't condone the stuff that she had on and stuff like that. She's a mom. She didn't think about that. So, of course, the women community turned up. Oh, he insecure, da-da-da-da-da, bashing, da-da-da-da-da. She can do what she want. A lot of the men community is like, hey, but he just saying that she a mom, da-da-da-da-da. She don't need to be dressing like that. you know, and he light skinned at that. So a lot of the light skinned guys like, dang, bro, you got us out here looking crazy, bro. You supposed to just keep that in private. You weren't supposed to go to Twitter. we done took an L for that one, bro. I still see that was rolling.
I mean, that the light skin, man, it don't matter. But, you know.
It don't. But I just thought that I had to put that in because I definitely see that. The dude was like, "Man, come on, bro. We already down 2 points, bro." And then you hit us with that, like, come on, man. So,
my goodness.
Overall, just my touch on it. It's the fact of like I kind of see where dude was coming from. Like, yeah, you a mom, you out here being you know, you wearing this, that, and the third at an Usher concert. But at the same time, my thing is you got to understand who you in a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in a different, and what a lot of us regular folk don't seem to understand is these celebrities are in a different bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you got an image to uphold. So if you're going to a concert, you're a celebrity. Yeah, you're probably gonna be on stage. You're probably gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're not sitting in the nosebleeds like a regular fan.
Right.
You're gonna, such and such is here. Let's bring them on stage. Of course, because you are already a celebrity.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not about to come and have everything covered up. Now, I get what he's saying. Like, you're a mom, you shouldn't be like this. But at the same time, it's like, who gives a shit? Like, you know, I think that he felt like he took a loss because what she did have on was revealing. And you sitting there like, man, I'm supposed to be your baby daddy. I'm about to get clowned because you out here in front of Usher with your cheeks out.
Man. I mean, I say there's a few things I could say to that. Being as old as I am, and I've been with the same girl for almost 20 years.
Hold on, real quick. We got a couple comments.
Yeah, I've been over here laughing at that mug too. They going in.
So, Lydia, shout out to Lydia. Thank you for commenting. It said, I told you the female community was on his ass. Still on his ass. Her BD caught a sucker attack. Like she felt that one. And then with the laugh, she said, "Naughty light skin though." And then sexy sells, unfortunately, which is true. You know, right. Sex does sell. Now go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, but I will say, like, for somebody like me at my age, and I've been with the same girl for 17 years. We've been married for, it'll be 5 years this November. I got a problem with how stuff like that get handled. Like, first of all, we can't really make a heads or tails of the situation because we don't know I don't know exactly what their relationship is. I done heard you said baby daddy. I done heard somebody say boyfriend. Is he just a baby daddy? Is he her boyfriend? Or, you know, like, because at those two different relationships, there's two different levels of, you know, does his opinion even freaking matter?
Right.
You know, if he just a baby daddy, it don't matter what she put on because you're not tied to her like that. You just got a kid with her. Right. Is he the boyfriend? And yes, he does have a say-so. But then it's like at the end of the day, like you said, you celebrity, you held to a certain standard, but then maybe she really is an Usher fan, you know? And, you know, yeah, sexy self, she knew she was going to be seen, you know? But then if it's all that, if he is her boyfriend, he should have checked that before she even left the door.
See, that's
and
I
don't mean check like in like put her in check, just be like, hey, you know, what you got on, you know, whatever, let's talk about it or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, it don't seem like that serious a situation that people making it out to be, because if he just a baby daddy, what can he say besides complain? And then, like, as they say, make the light skins look bad, you know? That's about all you can do.
The thing is that supposedly, he addressed the situation before she left.
Okay.
And she said, whatever. She said, yeah, okay. And banged out and did it anyway, supposedly.
Okay, but then he want to walk out the door with them tight-ass glittery pants on or whatever. That's, you know, she might say something, bro, these cost $5,000. I don't care how much it costs. Look as hell.
Right.
Out there with them all. You know, I mean, but you got to think, but that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day when we was out at the mall with our girl or whatever, she looking good, dudes will just give you props like, hey, I see you, bro. Nice pool, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all looking good today. But nowadays, it's like, okay, she want to wear something sexy to the Usher concert or whatever. I might say something, but I'm not about to make it a whole thing. Okay, she grown woman. She can put whatever she want to go put on. She want to go out there and she gonna look a certain way. If the community or whatever gonna say something, that's on her. I'm gonna just sit back, and if she come to me with it, like, okay, I'm gonna just say it's cool, whatever. But to jump in where it really wasn't necessary, because like I said, I haven't seen the video. None. I don't know. Did she do something wrong? Like, did she?
I mean, from what I've seen now, it was a typical
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Usher experience. I'll say almost any girl, if Usher pull your girl on stage, yeah, she gonna be captivated. It's fucking Usher. Like, what?
Yeah, and
like just like if Janet Jackson pulled you on stage, man, whatever.
yeah.
I'm down bad.
My knees gone, bro.
we got a couple more comments, man. Lydia popped on. She said, I felt like she dressed that way for hold on, let me actually read it. She dressed that way before her baby. So he knew what he was getting into. Just because she's a mom doesn't change who she is. She's still Kiki outside of being a mom.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I'm saying too. Like, you should already know that. And just piggybacking off of what you said is that if my lady is about to go out, which I've actually done this before, to where it's like, hey, I'm wearing this, and I'm like, pull this up just a little bit.
Right.
Like, I know you going out, I know you going with your girls, but you got a little bit too much showing for my liking. Now, at the end of the day, you can just do it for me.
Right.
Lie to me.
Right.
Like, okay, let me, boom, I'm gonna fix this now. And then as soon as you get in the car, you pull it back down real quick. Like, nah, I'm gonna show these tonight. All right, cool, whatever. Because at the end of the night, you coming back home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people are like looking at, oh, well, she got on this and he got on, like, just chill. You know what I'm saying? Some of these situations really ain't that deep. Now, my thing is like, we get one life. You know what I'm saying? If she want to go to an Usher concert with her yams out, all right, whatever. Cool. She felt sexy, you never know. Like, once she just dropped a baby. And I know a lot of females, after they have a baby, they have this they get into the situation of where they don't feel as sexy as they did before because they had to put on the weight and all of that type of stuff. So she didn't bounce back. She want to feel sexy again. Let me put on this tight ass dress that I probably bought before I was pregnant.
Right.
That I never got a chance to put on. Right. And now I get a chance to wear it and at this Usher concert. So as far as I'm concerned, dude took an L just because he took the shit to Twitter. Wow. He could have kept all the shit in private. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, I don't really appreciate you stepping out like this, acting like you single. Da 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 da.
I mean, was she though?
I don't know.
I mean, they was like dancing up on each other close, and when he came out, she had a video of like her kind of acting a little like, oh my God, Usher got his shirt off before she got on stage, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, though, it's like, bro, like, I don't understand.
Usher concert.
I don't understand. My thing is I just don't understand why people act like hypocrites, bro. Like, if you go look at the dude's page, like, you know, research for the show, I'm looking around like, let me just get a little bit more knowledge about the situation. If you on your page with your shirt off, rocking your abs and all that, bro, trying to look all cool, like you said, with them tight pants on or tight shorts on or something like that, how you gonna be mad at your woman for going to a concert with her cheeks out? You got your shirt off. Is that not, you're not a dad? You're not a dad? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that hit me. I don't think he had a sucker attack specifically about the clothes. I think that was his excuse. Like, I think that he saw them dancing and was like, oh, nah, bro. Like, oh my God. And we're going to get into a little situation probably a little bit later. And a comment just came through that said he posted pics of her in swimsuits and stuff showing up. I was about to get to that. I was just about to get to that. Like, it's like you, Brad. It's like when somebody else is doing it, when they not with you, it's cool. But then as long as you could control it and manipulate the situation, you're okay with it. Like, nah, bro, you can't be. If that's the case, you got to have that conversation. Like, I personally had dated women who like to dress a certain kind of way, and if I know that they like to dress that kind of way, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, that might be a little bit too far, but other than that, like, you grown. I know what I'm signing up for, so I can't be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be controlling what you got to do. I got a choice, bro. So either I can be with you and accept it, or try to modify at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, like, I don't like that's too far, but you can do whatever else. You know what I'm saying? You want to do, or I can dip. Like, that's my choice. I can dip. I'm not about to go on Twitter like, man, you a mom, and then I'm taking my shirt off and tight shorts and all that stuff on my page. Like, that's hypocritical, bro. So he took an L for being a hypocrite, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use what you just said to kind of merge into part two of this conversation. Is the fact that when you said you got a choice. What I'm tired of, man, I'm tired of hearing a lot of these ladies and women saying that men are toxic because they're trying to hold women to a certain standard. You know what I'm saying? So, women got standards for their men. Like, oh, he gotta, as outlandish as it is, especially with a lot of these younger chicks nowadays. Oh, he gotta make money and dry this look like this, be 6'7". Like, one, a lot of niggas saying 6'7" for one. You know what I'm saying? Short King's in the building. But the thing is, that's your standard. That's what you. All right, cool. That's what you like. I can't be mad at what you like. But as soon as a man drops down what his standards are, now it's fucking blasphemy. It's like, oh no, well, why no? Why I gotta be? It's toxic. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, because I've seen something about Jonah Hill. So Jonah Hill, his girl said that he was emotionally abusive or something like that, or emotionally manipulating or something like that, to that effect. Because, and then she dropped his DM that he had said to her, a message that he had sent to her. She had like screenshotted it and then posted it. Like, yeah, this is the type of stuff I was dealing with. It's his ex-girlfriend. And I read it, and I'm like, if this is what she's trying to put out there, all it literally says is that the man got standards. He like, hey, if you want to be half naked and post these pictures and go hang out with these type of friends and you got to go on these type of boats and if you got to do all of this type of stuff to make you happy, cool. I'm just not going to be a part of it. We can be friends. We can, you know what I'm saying? You a cool person, but this is what I like, and this is what I'm not gonna settle for that just because. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys now are putting these women not in their place, but just letting them know, like, listen, sweetie, I got a standard. Like, just because you cute don't mean nothing. Like, if you're not doing, like C said, I know what I'm doing when I'm coming into the situation. If you like to dress sexy and stuff like that, cool. Do I have something to say about it? I can, but I still got a choice to make. Like, hey, listen, I know you dress like this. Look, if I'm your man, you my woman. This is what I like and this is what I don't like.
Right.
And what a lot of people don't understand is a relationship is 50-50. And I'm not talking about bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just what you bringing in. It's a lot of give and take. You know what I'm saying? On both sides. So, because you got to think, when you coming into a relationship, you're single. So you're used to doing what you want to do simply because you want to do it. Now, when you come into a relationship, now it's a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I might originally like that you dress half naked, but now you my woman. Now I don't like you leaving out half naked because now, not you my property or anything, but now you still get associated with me. So now all right, cool, let's dial it back a little bit. How about you only wear stuff like that when I'm with you? You know what I'm saying? So, and I just think a lot of these women are upset because guys is actually talking about their standards. Men has always had standards.
Right.
but it usually gets overshadowed or we put it on the back burner just because you know what, I want her to be happy. So as long as she's happy, I'm happy. So we usually as men we usually put our happiness or our desires or what we want on the back end. So hey, you got anything on that one, Siege?
As far as the Jonah Hill situation, this is a little strange, like when you read it, because the language is so off, bro. Like it's the language is so off putting, but she only put like a certain amount of the stuff
Yeah.
up there, like so we don't see the whole thing. But apparently he told her to take some pictures down, and she did. And he said, like, good start. You don't seem to get it, but it's not my place to teach you. I made my boundaries clear. You refused to let go of some of them, and you made that clear. And I hope it makes you happy. And then he just keep on talking about he respected how she lived and all that, and then he wanted her to take a picture down where she was like surfing in her bathing suit or whatever. So to me, like the language that he talking in is kind of like her dad, like it's not my place to teach you. So I think that's what mostly got him in trouble because it's like he seemed like he controlling, like you stalking pages and telling her to take certain pictures down, and it's not your place to teach her. So I get that a little bit, like with the language thing, with his language and how it was, but at the same time, like you said, like standards, like I'm one of those people who've been in a situation where I was like I wanted to be a certain person, but in order to keep what I had going on the best way, I'm trying to please everybody and trying to make everybody happy, and when I wasn't making myself happy, keeping it clear, just to be, I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying. And then it came to a point where when everything hit the fan, I was like, oh, I get to be me now. Now I can dictate, which I should have been doing in the first place. Now I can dictate and make my boundaries clear, but my boundaries got to be clear from the gate, right? So like, you can't be in a relationship with somebody and then now all of a sudden you want to say take these pictures down unless it was something that just hit you out of nowhere, like she just went and started partying and doing all that just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But it's my dad used to say, whatever you do to get them is what you're gonna have to do to keep them. So if you get somebody, you know what I'm saying, you can't be thinking like, oh, I met her at the bar, and then think all of a sudden just because you came in her life, she gonna stop going to the bar, bro. That might be her safe place. You don't know. Like that might be her community of people. You know what I mean? And not every bar is a bar that's like that, but I'm just saying, like, if you met her there and y'all drinking and y'all hanging out or y'all having conversations and her group of friends like to go there, you know what I mean? You can't expect her to be like, you know what, now let's just go to church on every day, like on this day. Like, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that his language was a little off-putting to me from what she showed. But as an overall standpoint, we have to make our standards clear, bro. Because it's like you'll get lost in whatever situation or relationship you in, and then you will turn around and wonder why you so miserable. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't make nobody else happy if you miserable. You gonna end up, you know what I'm saying, doing what I did. And I ain't gonna tell my whole story on here, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of people do know, but it makes no sense. It's counterproductive, bro. Like, you can't be puppet string master of your woman. Like, oh, you got to take these 5 pictures down, or you don't get it. It's not my place to teach you. Like, what? Like, who are you talking to, bro? Like, if somebody was talking to my sister like that, bro, I'm gonna have a problem. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. And I'm just putting it in that frame. Now, from a standard perspective, if you communicating your standards like a man, hey, listen, this is where I'm gonna draw the line right here. Like, either I'm sorry, I know this is what you like to do. If it's something that you're willing to change, then let's work it out. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not something you're willing to change, then I'm gonna step to the side. You know, maybe I got some growing to do or something. You know what I mean? And just put it on that perspective. Like, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I need to take a step back. But
I mean, I was cool with his language. I mean, to be honest, well, I didn't see it that way as far as his language wise. To be honest, I just seen him setting boundaries all the way. Because I've also seen people like in verbal situations to the same respect. Like, maybe he's already had these conversations with her, so that might hint the language that was needed in the, you know what I'm saying, in the DM. Like, look, you still not getting it. Like,
right,
I
yeah.
did it myself.
But that's why I led with that. She only put a chunk because you could see his messages above that. He could have been saying it, but that's why I led with that. Like, I don't know what it is, but the language that I did see, she did a good job of like chopping out the part where he was like because a woman is
Oh,
going to see that,
yeah.
especially a woman who has been abused. A woman who has been abused or has been talked down to is going to look at it like I did. Like, wait, why is he talking to her like he her dad or something? Like,
that's kind of my point on why I brought this up. It's just the simple fact that
we got to put out one more point though before you go in. One more point is that if it was me and I'm Jonah Hill and I seen this on there, I'm done anyway, because like we talked about before, that's a private conversation, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jonah Hill was saying he respect her, like later on down, if you read it, you know, we get a chance to read it. He was saying like, if she wants to live like that, like E said, like, I hope you happy. Like, but that's just his line. He's drawing his line. So E did say that, and it does read that later on down. So it's not like he was, it's not like he was saying like, I hate you, let's get out of here. But like I said, the language though, it was just weird, bro. It was just like when I read it, I was like, dang, like this dude, this something off about this. And it was because he was talking down to her. But she should have kept it private though. I would be done anyway if I'm him.
Nah, but my thing is, was he talking down to her? But like y'all said, or was she being hard headed and he just had enough? You know?
Right. That's what I said. She did a good job of chopping that part out, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
so you really can't. Unless you know the whole story, you can only go so far into try to figure out, because she could have been just manipulating the whole situation. Oh, I'm being emotionally abused by him. No, you just mad because after he done told you so many times, he finally snapped on you. Now you run into Twitter or whatever and try to get some sympathy, which I don't know if that's the case or not. But, you know, my whole standpoint on the thing is you love somebody for who they are, not for what you want them to be. You can't go into a relationship with a girl that's bent over on the hood of a car shaking her ass every day on Facebook or whatever. And like you said, you get with her, oh, we got to go to church every Sunday. Or, oh, no, you can't wear them short shorts no more. Take that bonnet off. No, that's what you signed up for when you started talking to her, when you started getting involved with her. Right. Is that what you want? If that's not what you want, then you need to step aside. Right. Like, don't be with somebody and say, like, and it's done on both sides. Women do it and men do it. You can't be with this girl, oh, I'm about to turn this stripper into Oprah, or I'm about to turn this dusty bum into Bill Gates. You know, you can't do that with somebody, you know, unless they want to do that. If you want to have that conversation with them when you first meet them, that's one thing. But you just can't, oh, I like the way he looked, I'm about to holler at him. Oh, he ain't got no job. He ain't got no car. He ain't been to school since the 7th grade. I'm about to turn him into Bill Gates or, you know, Tyler Perry. No, it ain't gonna work like that. You looking at, you gotta take the person as they come to you. Otherwise, it's gonna be static regardless. Right. So if you be, like you said, if you be with a girl and you met her at the bar and that's where she like to hang out. Me personally, if I'm secure in my, you know, my relationship, I'll be at the house waiting for you. Yeah. You know, because you can't get mad at her for going to the bar just the same as she can't get mad at you for sitting in your man cave on Madden or whatever, doing whatever it is you do. Right. And I think that people blow stuff up, like y'all said, they should have kept that private. Yeah. And it wouldn't have got blew up like it did.
I mean, I think a lot of this stuff is just growth, man. Like, one, I think we're all at the age now where some of this shit should have already happened. You know what I mean? And I think it's crazy that a lot of these people are watching other people's lives happen. And then they're trying to take that and project it on their life. Like, oh, well, Kiki doing this. Like, listen, sweetie, you not on the Kiki status. Okay? Well, Jonah Hill, all right, that's cool, but you not on Jonah Hill's status. You're not on these statuses. So I need you to take the status that you're looking at, and I need you to drop that all the way down to where you're at. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about where you want to be. It's about where you're actually at. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got to break it down to you going to the bar and dressing skimpy to go out to these clubs in Dayton, Ohio. Like, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But like Steve said, we all, like men and women, we all got standards, and we need to say that in the beginning. We're grown. Now, it's an exception. To me, it's an exception to the rule. Is if you've been with somebody since kids. Like me and my wife, we've known each other since I was like 15. So, yeah, as we growing up, my standards, stuff is going to change. So in that aspect, yeah, I can understand being with somebody and then things changing and be like, hey, I don't like this anymore. They're like, yeah, I met you here and it was fine then.
Right.
But now that was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like now I done grown up from since then, and now I like this. I don't like that. So now I got to drop these new boundaries on you and give you the opportunity to change or not to change. But it goes on both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? When you're growing up together, like me personally, I think any relationship, it's the same thing. I think you're growing up together no matter when you meet. You can meet somebody at 35 years old. If you're going to stay with that person, you're still going to continue to grow up together. It's still going to be things that's going to be subject to change over the years. Like y'all saying, if you meet somebody in the bar, you know, you can't expect them to change that they're seeing and what they do right then. Like, hey, I know I met you at the bar like 2 weeks ago, but you my girl now. I want you to stop going.
I don't like that.
Like, nah, that's not gonna happen. Now,
Yeah, bro.
y'all 2, 3 years down the road, y'all been doing that, and then you like, hey, listen, you've been kind of going to the bar a lot lately. You know,
but that's also speaking to a pattern change, though. That's not necessarily changing who somebody is. It's like, wait a minute, you've been this person for this long, and now you changing your pattern. Like something is up here. Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what I'm saying. Like as you're with somebody and you noticing certain things, like, hey, look, I'm not trying to change you, but don't you think it's kind of time for us to, you know, start doing something a little bit different? You know, and it's like I said, it's that give and take, because you might come across a situation like, hey, you're doing this, man. I would like for you to maybe make some subtle changes here. They might come back with, hey, you're doing this. I would like for you to bang, bang, bang. At the end of the day, you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, I care about you. You care about me. I'll make these changes for you. Okay, I'll make these changes for you. Now we can, boom, now we can grow and we can still build on that. A lot of these people nowadays, man, and I know, Siege, we had talked, remember a couple shows ago, we was talking about overly used words and phrases.
Oh, yeah.
And I just had another one hit me, bro.
What is it?
Healing. Man, bro. If I heard one more person say either they're still in healing phase or healing process, man, if you don't put a Band-Aid on it and go out, like, come on, bro. Like, I get it, man, but it's only so much trauma in the world, man. Like, everything ain't, every time I turn around, somebody like, hey, man, I got to deal with this. I'm still healing from my past trauma, my past relationship. Like, okay, well, but then yet and still you talking about your new relationship. Like, no, you still ain't healed yet. So how about you stay over there? You know, stop bringing your past trauma into your new relationship, and then now you putting that judgment on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. But either way, we can squash all of that.
Before we move on real quick, can we just agree that putting stuff on social media for strangers is the worst possible way to seek validation? Like, it's horrible. Like, why would you put your whole business on social media and expect that the same people who are breaking down people just for the color of their skin or having a wig on or all the possible BS you see on social media, are you gonna rely on those same crazy people to give you relationship advice? Like no, bro. Like, that's the worst possible way to seek validation. So when I see somebody doing that, I normally lead how I led. Like, we don't know because they didn't post everything, but she did a good job at this, and break that down versus going on there. It's just, I'm getting riled up about it because people do it so much, and it's the absolute wrong thing to do. Like, if I would have been going through my divorce and I was to put everything on social media, like how I was feeling every day, I'll give you an example. Put something on there one day, right? People be like, man, I'm here for you. If you ever need to talk, call me, man. And then when you call, you in your lowest moment and you call and they don't pick up, it's the worst possible feeling in the world. So why would you put get these people in your head, the same people who ain't gonna pick up the phone, you letting them in your head by posting a conversation on the media. Now, this woman probably feels so validated because all these women done came to her side, like, yeah, Jonah Hill might be a great dude. We don't know.
Yeah. I might be able to answer that question for you, my dude.
We got it real quick before you go. We do got a comment. Lydia been dropping. She the fan favorite. She the second fan favorite of the show, man. She been dropping comments left and right. Shout out to that. She said, seeing potential in people and loving them for the potential of what they can become is a slippery slope to nowhere. Sometimes they may never become what you see in them. That's true. I mean, you don't, like, you really don't know, like, and that's what I'm saying, man. Relationships is a gamble. It's a gamble. Like, you rolling the dice and hope it don't land on snake eyes. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna go for it. It's gonna be a push and pull system. It's gonna be a 50-50. It's gonna be a give and take. It's gonna be a up and down. That's why they say it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be good moments. It's gonna be bad moments. Like I had a lot of people talk about me and my relationship with my wife. Like, oh man, I love what y'all guys got. Like, man, I wish I had that. Like, no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that people are not willing to go through the terrain that we had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to go through certain stuff to get to where we are now.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are not willing to go through that struggle, that bad time, that, all right, we got to have this tough conversation for us to move forward.
Right.
People don't want to have that conversation. They want to do like Seed said. They want to go to Twitter, to the book, you know what I'm saying, to the gram, like, hey, bop, 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 hit the messages and go and hope for some validation. Like, oh no, this person's wrong, you're right. Yep. Oh my God, girl, here, let's go out and be a hoe so that way you can get over these feelings. All right, well, if that's the case, you was a hoe from the begin with, man. Hoes need love too. That's all I say.
And we got to understand too that change does not happen from the outside, bro. You can beat somebody over the head and tell them to change all day. The change is gonna have to happen from inside. It's not gonna happen from you telling your girl why your cheeks out. Like, it's not gonna happen like that, bro. It don't work like that. Change happens from inside. Only people that learn from bumping their heads is people who doing stuff that they ain't supposed to be doing. Kids jumping on the couches and stuff like that, bro. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I walk in the room and walk in the kitchen right now and bump my head, the only thing I'm gonna learn is to close the cabinet. Like, I'm not gonna learn nothing inspirational inside because I bumped my head. So telling somebody, beating them over the head with it ain't necessarily the case. Right. The change has got to happen from inside, bro. You can't be out here acting like, I don't know, man. Whatever, bro. They out here wilding, bro, with this internet, wilding with this internet stuff, bro.
I mean, like, and the thing is, I get it, and I understand to a certain extent. And by us being in having this type of platform, it's actually good that people just like to put all their info on social media. Because if they didn't, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about. But at the same time, bro, it's like, listen, dude, like, certain stuff should be kept private. You know what I'm saying? Or in your inner circle. It don't always have to be on social media. Social media, as soon as you put it on there, you're making your stuff public. You're making your information public. You want the world to see it. So now you give the world an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So whatever.
It's only two directions you can go, the right way or the wrong way. If somebody convincing you to be an idiot, then you're going to go down the wrong idiotic path. So why would you open yourself up? You obviously ain't sure anyway, right? So then you're going to let the masses try to make you sure about doing some dumb stuff? Like, nah, that don't make no sense, bro.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying that it makes sense.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying like they is going down a path like, all right, I might be doing the wrong thing here, but I don't know. I feel abused. And then you put it on social media and they like, yeah, you being abused, but we don't know the whole story. And maybe he was reaching out and all of that stuff or whatever. Like Aaron said, what if he was really what if it was some really stuff that he seen that concerned him? Like, nah, I think you need to, or whatever. I'm not saying that's the case because clearly he was trying to make her take pictures down. But I'm just saying, like, what if it wasn't that? What if it was him, like, hey, listen, like, I'm really trying to marry you. I really want this, but I'm this image, I got an image. You know what I'm saying? I'm this guy. I'm in the movies and all of this. I got a brand to protect and all that stuff. And now you're saying somebody is abusing you when it wasn't really intended to be abuse, right? So now you're putting people in your head like, oh, no, he's an abuser. Get away so fast, run. And then he back in the corner like, dang, bro, this was going to be my wife. Like, I was trying to, you know what I mean? Like, they leading you
Like,
down the wrong path when you clearly was going down this path already. Like, you're going to let people steer a boat that you're supposed to be driving, basically. Like, you trying to drive a boat, and you letting them steer the ship, and you supposed to be driving. Like, no, make no sense.
Like Johnny Depp,
right?
They did him.
Yeah, I know we kind of pushing on time, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say a little bit ago. Is that like they did Johnny Depp? Like all of these things to where men get put on the back burner, and then as soon as a man tries to get ahead of that, because that's usually what it is now. It's like, hey, look, I don't want to go down this road later, so let me try to get ahead of it. So me trying to get ahead of it, I'm gonna let you know, hey, look, here's my boundaries. Here's where I stay. This is where, you know what I'm saying, this is the line. I can push or pull over here, but right here, this
right.
I draw the line here. And now when you're saying that, now you're toxic. Now you're being manipulative. But it is what it is, man. Keep your shit off of social media.
For sure.
Ladies, stop tripping. Men, stop tripping. If you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one. Just be a hoe. It's okay.
Communication is key.
It's okay, man. Hoes need love too. It's all right. But real quick, man, last little quick comment or last quick topic rather is if you can go back to your 18-year-old self and have a conversation, what would you say? And you're our guest, you're the fan favorite of the show. What would you tell your 18-year-old self if you could have a conversation with him?
I have thought about this multiple times in my life. I would tell him to, like, for me, I wouldn't change anything I did. I mean, I did a lot of stupid stuff between 18 and 39, but that helped me get to where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. The only other thing that I would tell myself to do in that conversation, and it sounds corny as heck, but it's how I feel, is invest in Apple stock, Walmart, Amazon, all that stuff, and buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can afford when they come out. Because other than, like, because I never really been in trouble, never had any real stupid, situations, stuff like that. But it's just like, jump on those when they come out and save yourself, any kind of financial hardships. Because a lot of us is, we don't think about it that much, but we kicking ourselves. We grew up when that stuff came out. Mm-hmm. I sat there and watched when Bitcoin first came out, and I had like $130 just sitting there, and it was like a quarter a piece, and I'm like, I should just dump all this stuff in there. And I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I've been kicking myself since. I would tell them to, like, basically spend more time with your family as much as you can, because you never know when somebody gonna be gone. And also just, just make sure that whatever you do, you sure yourself. Don't waste too much time thinking about it. Just make sure that whatever it is you think about doing, just make sure you're 100% sure and stand on it.
Thanks. What about you, C? Go back to 18-year-old CGO, you know what I'm saying, in the book. What would you tell yourself?
Do everything the best you can and right the first time if you can. And then if God tell you to do it immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? On his time when he tell you to do it, bro. No arguments. Just if you feel it, God telling you to do it, go do it, bro. No, I don't want to do it that way because I'm not good at that. Nah, bro, just go do it, bro. Like, it's just that simple, for real. That's the main two things. But the second one, for sure. Because I could tell you a story about something that's happening now, about something that's happening that I never thought would happen. But I just listened and did what I was supposed to do over a period of time, and it's actually happening. So, like, I just tell people, like, listen to God and do it right the first time, bro, if you can.
All right, man. If I can go back, man, 18. See, the thing is, you got to think about what you was doing at 18, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I get what y'all saying. But then you got to think, was your 18-year-old self really listening to what you like? Hey, man, I need you to invest. With 18-year-old Aaron be like, man, shut up, man. Like 18-year-old Siege, you like, hey, man, listen to God, man, and do what he said the first time. With 18-year-old Siege, you're like, man, shut up, nigga. Like, but now I'm just playing.
Yeah, if older me going bald me came and showed me, I'd been like, oh yeah, you going bald, bro? You was stressed out, bro. I'm cool. I'm gonna listen to you, big dog.
If I can go back, man, like I said, 18-year-old me, man. I kind of agree with what both of you guys said, and I'll kind of piggyback on the same thing to where I would definitely say invest into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Basically, I would say invest into my dreams as soon as possible. Like even what we're doing right now with the podcast and then the way like the streams and all of that stuff is going crazy. It's the fact that if we would have hit that stuff then as it was coming out, we would already be where we wanted to go.
Right.
Because we, like you said, we watched it happen. To be honest, we helped create it to happen. You know, so I would definitely try to tell them to jump on that bandwagon early. And as long as if you got money to invest. But like I said, as far as what I try to take anything out of the situation, like, hey man, avoid this person, right. Avoid this person, avoid this situation, avoid this. Probably not. Because like you said, your experiences got you to this point in life. And without you going through those experiences, you'll probably be a totally different type of person. So I'll probably drop a couple little hints to stuff like, hey, invest, get on this, get on this. Hey, it's going to come a time where this might happen. Don't go to the right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to tell you which way to go, but don't go right. You know what I'm saying? Some little quick stuff like that. Like, and I brought this topic up or this question up, bro, because I don't know if y'all hip to it, but I just binged like four seasons of this show called The 12 Monkeys, and it's about time travel. And I was thinking, like, man, if I could go back in time and see my younger self, would I go back and try to avoid certain stuff or change, be able to go out and change my outcome in life? Or would I just tweak, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just tweak some certain situations. But that's kind of where I came to that. But we got a comment, Lydia, once again. Shout out to Lydia, man. She been on it. Man, Matt said something too. Hold on, man. Shout out to Matt. He said something as well. He said people try things after success stories. The trick is to be the success story that everybody wants to be. Facts. I like that. That should have been the quote.
Facts. I was thinking the same thing. That should have been the quote.
Man, Matt, send me a quote of the day every day, man, and I'll use them for the show. Like, hey, man, we got another quote from my man Matt. Then Lydia said at 18, 1, reevaluate the people around me. 2, when Pop said excuses, don't explain and
exclamations.
I was about to mess that whole word up. I need to hold you.
Right, you start over there like you was warbling or something.
Right, like I got tongue tied, but it didn't come out. Like, hold on. That say, but it wasn't coming out the way it was supposed to come out in my head. Don't excuse. He was right. 3, life is going to hit you hard, but keep your head up, chest out, and you'll be okay. Take school seriously. Yes. Now, the thing is, at 18, I couldn't say take school seriously because I was gone. But as far as, like, keep your head up, you know what I'm saying, and chest out, that's something that has been preached to me my whole upbringing. So, and that's why I kind of say, like, I kind of, it's certain stuff I would love to go back and change, but when I really think about it, I'm like, man, I couldn't change it. The only thing I could do is try to do more in between. But then at the same time, it's like if I go back and I was to tell myself that, hey, this is going to happen this date, I'll probably do everything different.
Yeah.
And come out. You know what I'm saying? Might change the come out part. You feel me? Like, okay, well, you change this one little, like they say, you kick a pebble in the past.
Butterfly effect.
You know what I'm saying? That can fully change the future. Now, if I could go back in the past real quick, I just got to say this because it's a factor. If I can go back, bro, I'd kill Hitler.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Bro, but people be like, no, you can't change nothing in the past. Like, and this might sound kind of cruel, but so, you know, we all Marvel fans and comic book heads around here, right? So, you know, when War Machine was like, hey, why don't we just go back to baby Thanos and just, to me, I've always thought that it was right. Like, bro, why can't you just go back to whoever was a baby and just murk out the baby? I'll go back to baby Hitler and just punt him off a roof. Boom.
If the audio good, bro, I'm clipping out this part. I'm gonna be like, oh, heinous E.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Like, let's just go.
I can't murk out no children, bro. I feel what he's saying, though, but I can't just go back.
Go back to do it when they was babies. Like, boom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to be up against it, though, bro.
You said what?
I said I'm about to be up against it. I'm running past when I'm supposed to.
Yeah, I know. That's why that was it, man. We're about to go ahead and get up out of here. That's all I'm about to ask you. We got any last little words real quick before we get up out the stream?
Nah, just like I said, if God tell you to do something, do it, and then change come from within, man. You can't look around and be like, why ain't I changing? Let me turn the air down. Maybe that'll make me change. Like, that ain't gonna help you, bro. Change come within. So change comes from within. So if you need to look within if you want to change, you can't be trying to manipulate to change nobody. Let them, they have to change from within too. So, and don't be a hypocrite, man. Ain't nothing worse than a hypocrite. Somebody who do something and then act like they ain't never did it. Like, nah, come from a teacher perspective if you've been through something and you trying to show somebody. Don't come from a hypocritical perspective. That's just the worst thing you could be.
Facts. Well, Aaron, thanks for being on the show. You got any words before we get out of here?
Yes. You know, with the topics that we talked about today, I would say just because a bunch of people agree with you, don't mean you're right. Plain and simple.
Cool.
They will steer your ship ashore, bro.
Once again, man, thank you for being a part of the show. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, man.
This is First Class Podcast. I'm your host, E. Carter, my co-host, Siege. That guy, 937, funny guy James, whatever he called himself today, was not here today. He was here in spirit. He'll be here on the next show, hopefully. Shout out to him. And like we always say at this time, if you're going to fly, you might as well fly
first class.
And we out. Biggie.